Hello, beautiful people. This is Con Mustafa, also known as Con Knight, and we are continuing our Guardian Angel connection practice as we go through our different clairs, starting with Clairsentience, which is feeling, Clairvoyance, which is seeing, Clairaudience, which is hearing, Clairalience, which is smelling, Clairgustance, tasting, and then finally Claircognizance. So we're hitting all the clairs that are around the pineal gland, which is our third eye, which helps us connect with spirit and in tune with our higher selves. And I am doing this as much as I can as I connect with my new guide here. So I'm very thankful for that. Thanks everybody for coming here. We are going to begin in just about, let's say, 1 minute, as I just wait for people to get their notifications and they can join us if they like. And if not, that's okay too, because we are just practicing. This is the last practice for this weekend. So I will be back. Let's see, I guess Sunday night, which is 12, which is Monday at 12:15 a.m. So that's when I'll be back. And anyone that's in not Eastern time zone before that, it'll be Sunday. So yeah. So let's begin. Hey everybody. Hi Sil. Hey Karen. Hello Grace. Hello Melody. Glad you guys are all here. See some other people in the live here. And if you want to come on and practice, you don't have to, or just do it yourself. If anything, I suggest is that you write down in your journal or practice along and have some sort of evidence of what you're doing. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start with Clairsentience, which is sensing. And we're going to call our guides in now and begin to feel what our guides are like. So Sebastien, would you come in, please? And I got that little shiver coming down my spine. Hi, Mina. And he's coming right into my solar plexus, which is just above my navel and below my sternum. And I'm just feeling a lot of energy as he expands his energy into my heart. Hello, Asen. Glad to have you here. So we've just begun Clairsentience. We've called in our guides. We're asking to feel them. You don't need to know their name, but just call them in. Call one in and get a feeling for what they feel like. I suggest typically we have two guardian angels. One is there for your day-to-day activity. They're with you all the time. And the other one is there to help with you with emergencies. So I would say call on the one that is with you day-to-day if you don't know who your guide is, and start beginning to establish a relationship. And it's as simple as, would you come in, please? And with your intention, you know which one to call in. And just say you want to feel them in your body and just sit with it. So Sebastien, would you come in closer, please? And I'm just feeling his energy getting a little bit tighter, more vibratory as it expands in my heart and my back. Feel it expanding in my head. Definitely behind my heart and my spine as well. There's a lot of energy there. Good morning, sun. Great to see you. So we've just done Clairsentience. We've called in. Okay, let me feel where Sebastien is around me. So Sebastien, where are you today? Can you position? And I feel he's like right behind me, directly behind me. And I feel like he has his hands on my shoulders, just right on my traps here. He's holding on, just cupping my neck. And just lovingly holding on as I feel his connection. It almost feels like he's hugging me right now. Like it's like a warm blanket that's coming in, but really just on my back, not a full wraparound, but just coming on my back. And that's largely because I've asked him to come in closer and he's brought more energy in. So I'm just hanging on to that feeling. Feels so good. Let me know what you're feeling with your guides, how they're coming into your body, what type of frequency that you're having, the signature that they're showing. So Sebastien always shows himself as a bit of a knot in my belly, typically where my stomach is, above my navel. And that is his signature. So I know how he feels. Definitely different from the other ascended masters or Mother Mary, who I might call in usually. Oh, so he's just having me sit with this for another 30 seconds or so. And before I move on to clairvoyance, so let me know what you guys are feeling. And I am now moving on to clairvoyance, and that is clear seeing. And I'm just shifting my attention to my eyes and putting my awareness onto my eyes as I feel the energy and vibrations there while I read some of the comments. So Sun is saying she's standing behind me on my right hand shoulder. Beautiful. I love that, Sun. Thank you. And Karen says chills along my shoulder and back. Beautiful. That's something new for you. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm continuing on with sorry, I'm getting one more here. Practicing with my guardian angel, Frederick, Grace says, feeling his energy in my heart and around me, and his presence is behind me as usual. Love it. Yeah, I love that you're developing a common pattern there, Grace, and that he feels a certain way. And we can always practice a contrast by feeling our guardian angel, who we've been practicing with quite a bit, and then bring in another energy like Mother Mary or Master Jesus or anyone else that you feel in tune with, and just feel some contrasting energies and ask them to step back and then come in, and ask the next one to come in and then step back. So just feel the contrasting energies of what they're like. And I'll typically do that with like a male and female ascended master. And it definitely feels different. Okay, Sun says, I'm seeing a lot of water, waves, waterfalls. She wants us to go to such places. Oh, awesome. Love that. A lot of water energy, definitely grounding there, Sun. I love that. Okay, Sebastien, what is the visual that you want to give me today? So he has me continuing to stare at a white wall. So instead of using my claircognizance or my third eye, I usually see visions just in my mind's eye. But he's having me really focus on a blank wall and staring at a blank wall because he's trying to develop my actual visual of seeing things. So I'm putting a little bit of strain here and just trying to look at the wall. And I feel like I'm in Egypt, and I'm looking at the statue that is a lion. But it's like the lion's body, but the pharaoh's face. So I'm seeing that in Egypt there. And he's showing me the sands, and I can see the outline of the particles of sands in the side of the pyramid of the statue, the Sphinx, I guess. And I'm starting to see like a little bit of color in the headdress that's there. And there's my yawn, so I'm getting a lot of energy in, which is great. Okay. Okay, so he doesn't want me to spend too much time with this, so that's fair. Grace says, sure, I practiced with Mother Mary once, and I love her energy so much. I love Mother Mary. She's with me all the time, as well as Master Jesus, Archangel Eric, and my guardian angel Sebastien. Those are my four primary guards and guides that I have with me, and they're always telling me something. So usually when I have it ringing in my ear, Anytime I sense the ringing or I hear something, usually that means there's a message. So I'll just kind of tune in and I'll see like who it is. And usually it's one of the four of them that have something that they need to tell me or they want to coach me through something. So that's what I get anytime I notice the ringing in my ear, much like I do right now, but this is a little bit different because we're in practice. And I've just shifting my attention to Clairaudience. So let me come to Clairaudience. And Sebastien, what are we doing here? You want to give me a sound? And I'm hearing like wind is blowing. It's almost like I'm feeling like the sands are picking up as wind is blowing. I can feel the like the dust clouds that would come, the dust devils, I guess they call them. And I can see that in my mind's eye and hear that sound of wind blowing. But now he wants me to just to be quiet, to allow the pressure to build in my ears as I purposely reach beyond the ringing. So this is what he wants me to do right now. So I'm going to do that right now. So he had me put my hands on my ear chakras, which are just behind the ears. I've heard it behind and in front, but he has me purposely putting it behind to have some receiving and giving energy. And I can feel like a lot of pressure. And he just comes to have me reaching and then letting go, reaching and letting go. And it's essentially what we call baptism by fire, when you actually reach and try to force something to happen. So that was really interesting. Since I've been consistently doing this for the week, I felt a lot of pressure happening in the ear, and then it closed off into like a cat's eye, and then it closed down around the pineal gland, and then it expanded and contracted, and it expanded and contracted in opposite directions. And he just kept on having me relax, and the pressure was building. So I was really working around the pineal gland as well as the ear chakras. That was a really cool experience and something new. So I was kind of quite excited about that. So it was quite awesome. All right, Great says, I'm seeing a male figure similar to Master Yeshua. He's standing on a rock on a hill and holding a cane looking to the distance. Wow, that's cool. That is cool. Did you tune in to maybe find out who that is? Like maybe you can get a name or a feeling of who that might be, or if there's a purpose of why we're seeing this person. Yeah, it's just see if there's a reason. That's really cool, Grace. Really cool. All right, so I'm moving on to Clairalience, and that is smelling. So, what do I want to smell? I'm smelling the sands of Egypt, but I'm also smelling like a particular flower, and I think it's a lily. I don't know. Um, it's like a lily or a daisy. I think it's more of a lily. It's like white with purple streaks on it, and it's really beautiful smelling it and looking. It's not quite lavender. I'm also seeing like a little bit of lavender there as well. But I'm seeing that. And I'm just smelling it. It's smelling so good. Awesome. Mina says, my right ear is ringing. Awesome. I love that, Mina. And I'm hearing ocean sounds. I love it. Well done, Mina. Love it. Grace says, I'm hearing wind blowing. Beautiful. Well done. That is really good. I love that you're getting the ear ringing, Mina, and that you're hearing ocean waves. That is so good. So good. And the wind blowing. I love that. That's great, guys. And I'm just keeping my attention on my nasal passages, not necessarily so much my nose, but on my nasal passages behind my nose. And I'm just feeling the activation that's happening there. And he's asking me to keep just putting my attention and feeling there. Let's see what else I want to smell. And I'm smelling I'm smelling the rock. I'm smelling the rock of this Egyptian pyramid or the Sphinx. I'm smelling. It's like dirt. It's the rock. It's earth. It's ancient. It's old. And I'm also getting whiffs of like the lilacs and a little bit of lavender. And I can just feel the energy shifting around my nose, which is quite interesting. Karen says my right ear is buzzing a little. I love it. Beautiful, Karen. Beautiful. So those of you that are getting buzzing in your ears or ringing, try to listen past the ringing. The ringing is like the noise in a bar that you just hear people talking, but it's not necessarily any specific conversation. But you're as if you're sitting in a booth or sitting in a bar or sitting in a crowded restaurant or a club or whatever it might be, and you want to listen to your friend and and you're just going to strain to try and listen to your friend. So listen beyond the buzzing and focus your hearing to work on that, and that is working on your clairaudience. So reach past the buzzing and past the ringing. All right, cool. I am moving on. 1722 to Clairgustance. And Clairgustance is our taste. And let me just feel the taste as I shift my tongue there. And I can just feel the energy shooting down the center of the tongue, going off to the sides. It's getting thick and heavy. I can feel my glands are starting to activate. And what taste do you want to give me? He says it's more important about the activation right now, not so much about the taste itself, but to be aware of the areas on the tongue that are being activated. And right now I'm feeling the sides being activated and underneath the tongue. It's funny you mentioned a metal taste, Karen, because I'm kind of getting a bit of a tinny taste myself that's coming through. Grace says, tingling on my nose, but not smelling anything. Awesome. The tingling is, if that's what you're getting, that is you moving your awareness to that area and just giving it energy. And that is more than enough to begin this process. So well done, Grace. That's great. Any type of feeling that you're getting is a good feeling. So take the win on that one. That's really good. And I have another taste coming through that's forming. It's almost like I don't know if you've had this, but it's like a barbecue pork, but Asian barbecue pork. And I'm in an area that there's a lot of people from Hong Kong and China, and we have a lot of places that have cured meats, I guess, and one is barbecue pork. And that was when I was eating it, but it's kind of like the taste of the barbecue pork I'm getting, which is a real disconnect from Egypt. So I'm not exactly sure why I'm getting that, but it's something along those lines, that type of meat that's been cured like a barbecue pork. That's cool. I'll take it. Thank you. Karen says sides and underneath also. That's good. Okay. So I guess this is like a common place for activation. I'm also feeling the center of my tongue right down the middle, and I'm already feeling like it's quite swollen right now. Immediately I put there. Mina says, all I smell are holiday cookies, gingerbread, sugar, and chocolate. Oh, damn, girl. That is awesome. What a great smell to have. Perfect timing. Gingerbread, sugar, and chocolate cookies. Oh my gosh. I'm getting hungry now. I'm getting hungry. So that means I'm going to move on to claircognizance. Okay, so with claircognizance, we are all going to ask our guides for a message. And if anyone else here has a question or a message that they'd like to have from Sebastien or any of the people practicing with their guides, we are all going to answer a question that anyone that wants a message, should you wish, and we're all going to practice to give a message. And if not, that's okay too. So I am going to start with a message from my guide, Sebastien. So what do I need to hear right now? He's talking to me about cryptocurrencies and that I need to make some investments. I've been kind of dragging my heels on it for the last month. And he says it's time to get it done, and he wants me to get it done this weekend. The time is near to get my investments happening in the crypto, at least the ones I was thinking of. And he wants me to get going on that, moving out of certain areas that no longer work for me. And he's also had me to check my finances, which I just so happen to have a meeting with my accountant next week to begin to put a plan in place to move some things around. He's talking about having a balance of funds right now. So there's going to be a lot of shifts happening in the world over the next 18 months, and it's going to be happening sooner rather than later. So there is a need to have a balanced portfolio. And this means that, having a little bit of cash on hand, not keeping too much money in the banks right now, because there is going to be a shift of some sort that I'm hearing. That if you have things like debt or whatnot, you want to try and pay it off and use some of that cash that you have there, or get it out of the banks and kind of get it into your house and get it into other things, not necessarily in bank investments, but more like in physical gold and silver or crypto technologies, somewhere that can be safe and survive inflation, is what I'm hearing. And that is typically gold and silver. That is like the people's money, the original money. So moving into gold and silver would be good. So he's talking to me about moving some things around in investments, and now's the time to do it. And no more by the end of January for sure. It's like the third week I'm getting. So to have all your investments and moves kind of done by then. So that's the message I'm getting for my guides. Grace is saying, I'm feeling a bit down tonight and dealing with some lower vibrational thoughts. Would appreciate an uplifting message. Yeah, totally, Grace. So we will get a message for Grace on here. Great, Karen. I got you as well. And we'll get a message for you as well. And while we're just kind of waiting for this, just know, so tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time will be the last channeling Eric or channeling my guides and channeling your guides and questions. I'll be doing at 12 noon for this year. And I'll be taking a couple of weeks off from everything. And even though I'm going to continue practice this for the rest of the week, but between Christmas and New Year's, I'll be taking off, starting with the last channeling session will be Thursday next week, or I guess Friday early morning, and then that's it. I'll be off for a couple of weeks. So just so you know. So let me begin with Grace. So if everyone wants to channel an uplifting message for Grace, and I'm going to start here, 24, 43. Okay, so Sebastien, Grace needs an uplifting message. What does she need to lift her spirits? I'm hearing the need to turn into your heart, Grace. You have so much going on for you and so much excitement that's happening for you, that the idea of having low vibrational thoughts, it's it really is it's okay to have them, but it really is an encouragement for you to transmute those thoughts, because you do have the ability within you. So I'm getting to do that. What you want to do is begin by breathing into your heart, and that is taking your right hand and putting it over your physical or energetic heart. And I'm hearing, do the heart coherence. Breathe into it when you're feeling a little bit low. Breathe into it and breathe into your heart, feeling the heart, feeling the breath going in the heart, feeling the breath going out of the heart, and bring that elevated emotion and just hang on to it. I'm I'm also seeing a need for you to start working. I know you're doing emotional releasing, but you might need to change the thought. So there's three sentences that you want to begin to use, and this has kind of been recently refined in my work with William Michael Forbes, and I've been using it quite a bit and refining it. I still use quite a bit of talk with my body, but when you're talking to the body, there's three primary ones that you want to, and one is I'm here with you, and see yourself getting close to the emotion that you're feeling. So if you're feeling a little bit low vibrational, tune into that feeling and see where it shows up in the body. And then feel yourself getting close to it and sitting with it, just like you would a friend, your nieces, animals, the tree, and just sit with it and feel yourself getting closer. So I'm here with you. And then feel yourself moving in, and just stay there in the silence as you develop and get close with them. And while you're there, you then say, I love you. You could even say, I may not understand you, but I love you. Uh, so give it love, just like a stray dog, something new on the street. It needs to be coaxed into love. So it's not going to trust you right away, but it needs to be coaxed. So say, I love you. And then end it with, I'm never going to abandon you. And we know that our minds and bodies are here for this stay, and our higher selves, we are here together. And now that you've begun to talk to your body and talk to your emotions, you are never going to leave it. You've opened Pandora's box. You opened that discussion. So you want to say, I'm never going to leave you. So to these emotions that you're having, to these low vibrational feelings, get a sense of it. Sit with it. Say, hey, feeling a little bit low. Hey, okay, what's going on? And just feel that emotion and see what it shows up in your body, and then use those three sentences, and see how that works for you. And begin, and then you can start your other process about breathing out of your body, and then just continue to talk to it, feel its emotion until it shifts into love, and it shifts into satisfaction, and then give that love to the entire body. That is essentially the process that I do for a lot of people as I coach through, and I do for myself, until my body actually stops and I come out of meditation and my eyes open up and it's like, okay, now I'm done. So that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that resonates. Karen has a message for Grace, and she says, stay in the moment. Try not to go into future thought. That's fair. That's fair. That's good. And Sun, I would say this is for Grace as well. She says, I'm seeing a lot of flowers for you. Not sure if you love them, but can also mean go out in nature and rest. Great. Great advice. Great advice, Sun. Yeah, sometimes when we feel a little bit, we have to remember there's a huge amount of vibrational energy coming down from the sun, that solar energy, and it is shifting our bodies. So we a lot of people are going through what we call ascension symptoms, and that includes depression or anger, hate, pain. So there is very much could be that as well. And Mina is saying, Grace, I got released the thoughts. I'm feeling energy on the back of my neck. Good. So that might pinpoint you on where that energy in the buildup is. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, nature's a bit far away from me. Yeah. Um, so, Grace, if nature is a bit far away from you, go to it in your meditation. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that you physically have to be there. You can go there in meditation, or you can even work with your plants and touch the soil and connect with the soil and repot a plant and just work with the plants. Even just kind of hold on to a pot as you meditate and keep your hands on the soil or around the pot. You can connect with nature that way as well. So, give that a whirl, see how that works. Okay, so I'm now coming on to Karen, and let's all channel a message for Karen. And she just wanted something general. So, okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Grace. So, Sebastien, what does Karen need to hear right now? Karen, I'm seeing you in your, I guess, minivan, and I'm seeing you dancing to music. And I'm feeling your heart becoming lighter because you are taking on the suggestions that's brought on to you, and I'm feeling this happiness about you. And you're just having a little bit more fun. That inner child of you is coming out. That you're enjoying the moment a little bit more. So like it's almost like you're carpooling or something along those lines. You're in the car, you're in the minivan, and it's just a fun song, and you're dancing and you're singing, and it's a little bit low right now, but you're starting to sing a little bit louder, and you're immersing yourself into being a little bit lighter and a little bit more spontaneous and playful. And I'm getting your honor. You're being honored for this. They're your guides and angels. They're loving you as you do this because it's shifting your vibrations into a higher element every time you're singing and dancing and just feeling good about yourself. And this is establishing a stronger connection that I feel that when you are asleep, that you are getting more downloads or more activations and more shifts within your body. So this is a good thing for you that you are shifting into happy. So it's a real, yeah. So you're being honored, and keep going with that. Keep going with that. Yeah, that's great. I hope that resonates for you, Karen. Thank you for asking the question. So we're going to hang on here and just see if anyone else, what the rest of you are getting for Karen for your channeling before I end this. And this is it for this weekend. I'm going to resume practice on Sunday night, which is 12:15 a.m. Monday morning for me, Eastern Standard Time. So if you're having a little bit of issues with the time conversion, just click the notification bell on my website, on the YouTube channel, and I will be posting the next event right after this. So after I end it, come back in about 10 minutes or come back tomorrow and you'll see the event, and you can just click on the button that says get a reminder, and that will help you to kind of jump back in and get notified if you want to come back and practice again. And if not, that's okay too. I really am doing this for myself, but having the collective energy of all of you just heightens our abilities even more by using the power of 8. So yeah, that is it. That is it. Okay. Karen says, "Whoa, Con, it totally resonated. Awesome, cool. I love it. Thank you, Karen. I'm glad it resonated." And Sun says, "Not getting a message for Karen, but my third eye is vibrating. Your third eye is opening. I feel, yeah, bang on, Sun. That's yeah, she's definitely opening up into that higher vibration, which is shifting her to that. That's definitely in line with what we're getting. Well done, well done." Okay, everybody, I don't necessarily see anything else coming in. I'm going to end this transmission for today. All good. Sun says, got distracted a bit by work. I was just following you for a bit. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. So glad you're able to tune in for a bit, even while at work. So thank you, Sun, for doing that. Don't get in trouble. Work. Do what you need to do. Follow your heart. Whatever needs to happen. That's awesome. But thank you for tuning in and practicing as well. And the same with you, everybody. I'm sending you so much love. I really do appreciate your collective energy. It makes such a difference when there's a lot of us here. And even if people aren't commenting and just watching in the background, your energy, your guides, and angels are contributing to everything. So I really do appreciate you allowing your energy and space to be here. So much love for you all. Have yourself a great weekend. I'll be back Sunday night, and join me tomorrow on my channel at connight.com at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be answering all of your questions, messages, whatever you guys want, until I get through them all. So typically it's around an hour and a half to 2 hours, and that'll be tomorrow. So much love for y'all. Have a beautiful night. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.